Well, I did it. I hope you're freaking happy. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wario Land. Shake it! In this part, we're gonna buy ourselves a map to a new location.
I think I died in the last part.
I think you did too, because I remember all that hacking and coughing you did last time. Goes to show you should never do a Wario impression when you're sick like a dog.
Hey, Captain Syrup.
Because she's, air quotes, agreeing to help us even though it's off her own selfish need, which I tried to say this every other time that we got to... I was about to say something I tried to say every time we got to see her, but never really got a chance to. No one's fault. I honestly really like this redesign of her.
Agreed. I think it was a much-deserved update.
Yeah. I get the feeling she's gonna, like, try and double-cross us somewhere, or totally... I'm already calling it, like, we're gonna do all this work and she's gonna be the one who makes off with the loot.
You know what? One thing's for certain, though. These two are meant for each other. Because they have so much in common.
They do.
They are both cheapskates.
But yes, with that said, with this new map, we've unlocked access to the Jiggle Jungle.
Just saying, they're both cheapskates.
They learned well from their old master.
Master Crunklestan.
I would love to know if he had, like, some, like, misery monk missionary, like, the miser monks led by... I don't know.
The Miser brothers.
And yes, that was Grunkle Stan, by the way.
It made me so proud. So,
oh, Uncle Stan, teach me your tricks.
So I see more than just this jungle of jiggling there. So what's going on in this level, James?
Well, first off, we're in our very first jungle level, and I will admit these are some of the more visually appealing of the level.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty level.
These remind me of World 1 from Wario Land 4.
In a way, yeah, you're right. It immediately makes me think of the rainy jungle.
Yeah. I love his...
The one where we learned that asteroids are a thing.
I love his climbing noise.
I know. I was actually about to point that out.
About them bungeon dice. Get all that money. So
sorry, I'm contractually
for
obligated to make that noise whenever I climb stuff.
Now we only need one more map to buy, and then we're done, right? There's not like some 6th map.
As far as I'm concerned, yes. There's no additional map you have to buy afterwards. Like, once all this is said and done, we already have instant access to the very last area of the game.
Alright, so we beat this place and get 200,000 gold.
Mm-hmm. And then some.
Whoa. Nice.
So let's see what's inside this chest. We got piranha dentures.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Oh, and the Wario just tries them
on. Oh boy, I've been looking for a new pair of... I was about to say, oh boy, I've been looking for a new pair of breakfast biters.
Spiders.
So I'm just gonna hazard guess that when you're on the ropes, you have to swing the Wiimote back and forth to swing.
Actually, no. You just use the D-pad for that.
Oh, thank God.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, the waggle isn't for everything.
Yeah. In fact, honestly, for Wii game, the motion controls in this are actually kind of little to none.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Like, they do... It's still clearly there. It's just that it's not quite as extravagant as, say, Zack and Wiki or, God forbid, Skyward Sword.
Gosh dang it, I'm in love with his sprite animations.
Yeah, it's like, Production ID really did a really great job on this, and it kind of saddens me that they haven't done anything like this ever since. Or anyone's contacted them to try and do something like this ever since.
I was about to say, to be fair, I imagine something like this would probably be, like, quite a hefty sum to do. I mean, you know, just ask the frickin'... What's the name of the brothers that make Cuphead again?
Cuphead?
Studio MDHR?
Right.
Yeah, to be fair, they had to work with freaking trying to emulate the 1930s Flesher style animation, which is, to be fair, a little more how should I put this? Sophisticated than this?
Yeah.
Well, sophisticated in the sense of, like, there's definitely a lot more frames.
Oh yeah. Now, not to say that this isn't. I mean, look at how fluid Wario's own running is. Just...
I see that diamond. Even his idle frames of him breathing.
Oh yeah, like I don't remember how many frames of animation there is on Wario alone, but he obviously has the most of it. It just like it has to be somewhere within the hundreds.
At least the playable character, so I shouldn't be too surprised.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Just, I can only imagine how much blood and sweat went into making all this.
There you go.
Stop. War time.
Wow.
So,
Wario smashed treasure. He guns right for it.
Now, when you grab onto a rope, is it automatic or is there a button you have to press?
It's automatic.
That was a quick one. Oh, jeez, get up! Oh, down!
Oh.
In that case, when shit like that happens, shake the Wii remote as fast as you can.
Stone.
Now we got the Eye of the Storm.
Oh, jeez. So, okay, so the purple ones close really quick.
Yes, this whole gimmick is really pretty much a lot like the piranha plants from Crash Bandicoot.
I was thinking
Gotcha.
that as well.
Nice. Alright. Doing good, doing good. Keep that up, keep up that pace.
I think you missed a little alcove.
We might have, but I'll have to look into that later. But for
And
now,
the last
let's get our very last chest. Hope it's money.
Pied
Piper's
Piper's
View.
Pop.
Oh, thank God! I've been stuck in there for centuries!
Wouldn't that mean you're dead?
Now you'll be stuck in my locker.
Wait, shouldn't you be dead then?
We're all dead inside.
The world may... Yeah. Cartoon characters never age, my friend. So yeah, this money bag shouldn't be too hard, because thankfully that rope actually is on a conveyor that goes down.
Nice.
Yay!
Looks like it's activated by Wick, because it went down the second he clung onto it.
And Wario's just fat enough to make it activate.
He's fat enough for all things.
Oh, welcome
Alright,
back.
we got it. Sorry. Alright, let's see.
Warning,
Sorry.
intruder alert.
Hold on, I gotcha. There we go.
I feel like after a while, Wario shouldn't even just react and we're like, oh boy,
You know-
another alarm.
I love all the animation in this game, minus those little fairy things.
Oh yeah, the Merfolks. Well, to
The
be
CG.
fair, they're the... Well, yeah, they're CG... They're
That-
pre-rendered CG models.
That's why.
I mean, yeah, I don't know who brought it up, but I do agree that it's so weird that they make these guys the CG anime ones. They look, even though they look so simple, especially compared to compared to Wario.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the models themselves don't look bad per se. It's just an oddity.
Nice.
You know what? It honestly reminds me of a similar feeling of Uncanny Valley that I feel with the Kirby anime.
Oh right, where Kirby's the only.
When it's-
Kirby
when
and
it's
DDD are like
DDD
the
and
only
Kirby.
CGI characters.
Kirby,
DDD.
DDD, and Escargoon,
Yeah.
and a handful
Oh, right.
of enemy enterprises monsters.
Honestly, I prefer when DD and Escargoon are in 2D.
Same here. I mean, not to say the CG itself is bad. Like, I just think if you're gonna do shit like that, keep it one or the other. If you're gonna, it's so easy to notice when you have them both together. It's kind of like, I don't even know. It's just try doing that with Roger Rabbit and see how that works out.
I know in the original Japanese intro, like, they had all the characters almost CG for a bit, including Tiff and Tuff and all that.
Oh yeah. That there it makes sense. That at least makes sense.
But, yeah, I understand. Any hooser.
You know, not for nothing. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a new Kirby anime with that art style. Like,
Well, that's what they did. Well, that's what we did. That's what. That
Well,
was
no.
what-
I just mean a more dedicated series.
The Subwarine.
Wario submarine.
The Submarine.
Right.
Oh, Submarine 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Ha. Okay, blow 'em up.
And, you know, I may not be a big fan of these levels, but they have some of the best music in the entire game.
It's suitably
Yeah,
catchy,
nice.
yeah.
Again,
Emojis.
again, Goya pointed out, Wario does not turn into a ship.
I know.
Well, he could turn into many other things. I mean, hell, he turned into a vampire in 3.
No, the reason why is because everything is smaller. Look at all the coins at the chests and all that.
Yeah.
They're all
Well, to be
smaller.
fair, who's to say that this is just right to, like, with the Submarine, he's exactly, like, the same size as the actual Wario himself.
I could see. I
You're
could
just
see it being.
trying to justify.
No.
Well,
no,
yeah, because it makes sense in Wario.
I'm not trying to justify him becoming a sub.
The
but
thing
I
that
could
makes
totally
sense
see
makes the most
something where,
sense. I mean, the
Right,
thing that
say,
makes no
I
sense
don't-
makes the most sense.
I was going to say, I won't. I guess I'll say I don't think I could see him being the submarine himself, but I could totally see it being like that submarine is like he's maybe 5 feet tall and that submarine is 6 feet long.
Also, it's kind of like
barely
Eggman's.
like trying. He's like barely like peeking his head through.
So it's like the
I
Eggmobile.
can imagine that.
So it's like the Eggmobile in the advanced games.
Yes.
You know, if that's the case, then Wario's gotta feel seriously chafed in there.
Yeah, cramped.
Oh, Lord,
Like he could just
especially now.
barely fit in all that fat.
There it is.
How does that Dr. Eggman live with this kind of crap?
Get that barrel out of here, man. That's Zelda and now this. They like their barrel submarines.
Yeah, they do. I mean, in this kooky world, I guess it kind of works.
Is that what submarines used to be? Like wooden barrels?
I assume so.
Maybe? I mean, there had to be some sort of... It had to come to fruition somewhere or another back then.
I feel like submarines would have started somewhere without... I feel like submarines would have started somewhere before metal.
No. Submarines started with metal because of pressurization.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, something I almost forgot.
It's one of those things that only really works in fantasy.
Yeah. Something I just remembered that I meant to bring up. I think it's around this point in the game, but I think at this point in the game is going to be... just a second.
Oh, okay.
We didn't even do anything. We just decided to leave.
It's like, he got
shit! It's Wario! Let's get out of here!
Sorry about that small interruption. Anyway, while
Zoink Scoob, it's Wario!
Give me all your Scooby snacks!
Sorry, anyway.
But yeah, I think at this point onward it's going to be completely blind for me, because I don't remember ever getting this far in the game myself.
This whole game is blind to me.
Actually, that does remind me. Originally, this commentary was going to be hosted by Steve, until I learned that, yeah, he didn't beat the game. So that's when I took over.
Okay. Man, this is getting a little tight.
Yeah, I mean, okay, granted, that is kind of a lame excuse, because, to be fair, I did record Mega Man 9, even though I never beat that one fully up until now, but... yeah.
Nice. So hit the
That's
red one.
fine.
Okay, what was I gonna say? I would totally understand and actually want Wario to be a Scooby-Doo villain. It's like, he wasn't a vampire all along. It was just old man Wario.
And I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling kids.
To be fair, all of the villains always turned out to be rich assholes.
That is true.
Exactly.
But they never turn out to be the creepy ugly guy.
Destroy the core.
Actually, you make that joke, James. There actually is technically one episode where basically the episode itself was pretty much addressing the whole red herring running gag. It's like, Fred, you really gotta stop accusing Red Herring of things he's never done. And then it turns out the villain itself actually was Red Herring, and Fred just breaks down going, I knew it! I knew it!
I knew it all along.
It must have been a pretty late episode in the series if that was the case.
I just remember from Mystery Inc. Like there wasn't someone who was rich, but it was like a really bad naturalist. It was like super like.
For Mystery Inc.
Isn't that something that Mystery
not a. Okay. Wait, what?
Oh, which incarnation are you talking
Mystery Incorporated had it.
Mystery Incorporated.
Okay.
Where one of the villains was a naturalist who was like super like insane about it.
Yeah, in order to save its nature, we gotta destroy it.
You must be willing to destroy nature in order to save it. And everybody just went, no.
Yeah,
I don't think that's right.
You know, that reminds me of in the very first episode where the villain turned out to be like this college professor, and he's like trying to and he was stealing money from the bank, and Daphne goes, "But you're a college professor. Why would you steal money?" Pause. Oh.
So that's, you know, of all the things to bring up in the freaking submarine section, I didn't think Scooby-Doo was going to be right up there.
I'm sure he's been in a few submarines before.
Logan started it.
You know what? That probably is something that Wario might have had on the side while playing through that level, just because he got fucking bored of the waggle.
It was sort of like that.
Anyway, let us
look
at our treasures for today. James, you start
look at
out.
our masterpieces.
Yeah, we start
out. Totally fair.
And again, these two squares are bonus levels.
No, I'm not showing off the bonus levels.
Here we go.
But anyway, the piranha dentures. Sturdily made dentures that can bite through the hardest of peanut brittles.
Aha! That's a jawbreaker for you.
Logan, you can go next, and then Steve.
The Pied Piper's pupil. Scrat learned from the best, and no one can resist his song.
A pupil, that's a pup. Eye of the storm.
No.
Tired of the rain? I know I am. Just poke this treasure right in the eye, and it's nothing but blue skies.
Sorry, Cracko.
If only were that easy.
Lanternfish. This poor fish. No one told it that paper lanterns don't work underwater.
My whole life was a lie.
Ammonitis
shell. Whatever.
There used to be a cool creature living this thing, but now it's gone now.
Lame.
Swine pearls. I put the one before the other. Pearls before swine. Never the other.
Jesus Christ.
And that's that.
But with that, ladies and gentlemen, next part, we're gonna jiggle some more in the jungle. Till next time, guys.
I'm surprised it took us this long to make that kind of joke.